What is going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. We're back with another Saturday educational live stream, man. I love Saturdays, man. I love Saturdays with the TikTok family, man. Welcome on in, everybody. I'm going to do a quick TikTok video. Let everybody know that we're live right now. So just ignore me for a second. I am currently going live on my alt account right now to do a free educational live stream, answering any questions, concerns, chart setups, whatever you guys want to talk about here for the next hour until 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So click on this link right here. I'm live on my alt account right now. I'll see you guys in there. All right, chat. Shall we? Shall we do it? How's everybody's weekend going so far, man? Let's get it. Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Saturday. How did your guys' trading weeks go, man? What'd you guys do? Is there anything that you guys want to go over? Tell me what you guys want to do. Otherwise, we could start talking about stuff that I saw on Friday. We could talk about some of the trades that we took this week. What's up to you guys? Completely up to you guys. Past 2 evals. That's awesome, man. Is this the real PJ? Because I see a lot of accounts of, yeah, this is the real PJ Valentino. Well, this is my second account. I only have 2 accounts. My main account has about 95,000 followers. This account is my official clipping account from one of my editors. But I go live on this account. So yes, it is me. I am real. So yeah, you can see me. You can feel me. But guys, yeah, my main account is PJ Trades on TikTok. It has about 95,000 followers on it. So if you want to follow this account and my main account, I'm happy to have you follow wherever you want to. Let's talk about yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was a tough trading day for me, man. That was the first 0-2 trading day I've had of the month. So yeah, it was a tough day, man. But I'm not worried one bit. Going 0-2 is part of being a day trader. I'm not going to win every single day. And we're already up so many points this month, so I'm not even worried about it. So let's have a conversation here about, I believe, I'm going to try to find the trade setup that I took. Okay, where is it? Can you talk about the sizing you used yesterday to limit that loss amount? Yeah, I was using 1 to 3 micros yesterday on my funded accounts. So that's why my loss was pretty limited to the downside. I don't trade my funded accounts with minis. The max I trade on my funded account is about 5 micros. So I'm really, I scale down a lot on my funded accounts. So you only ever see me trade max about 5 micros, unless those funded accounts have a massive buffer. Then I will scale up from there. For example, like I have this in the premium education group. I'll just talk about it here. My rule of thumb is this, guys: for every $500 of drawdown available. Okay, so what this means is if you have $500 of drawdown left in the account, what? Bro, I just got flagged for your live contains themes that some people may find uncomfortable. Alcohol, tobacco, what? Bro, TikTok is just so stupid, dude. They have some of the worst like moderation bots in the world. Anyway, let's go back to what I was just saying. Like, what on earth is the flag for? Themes that may find uncomfortable? I'm not even talking about that stuff. TikTok, get it together, man. Oh my God. Okay, so back to what I'm saying. For every $500 of drawdown, let's say you have $500 left in the account. You're only going to be using one micro here. Okay. If you have $1,000, just think of it. Just use this as an equation. If you have $1,000, right? Okay. You're gonna up it every $500. So if you have $1,000 of drawdown, use 2 micros. Okay. If you have 1,500, use 3 micros. If you have 2,000, use 4 micros. Okay. So on and so forth. 2,500, 5 micros, etc. Okay. You will not be trading a full mini until you have, what is it, 5,000 in the account. Do I have that math done right today? Yes. 5,000 bucks in the account, you could trade 1 mini, which is equal to 10 micros. So that's how that's how I scale, guys. That's why my risk is limited. I'm only running, I'm only running 1 to 5 micros when I'm building buffer. And on the accounts that I have right now that I've been trading with on Friday, those accounts had about $2,000 worth of buffer in them. So yeah, I was only running 1 to 2 micros on Friday. That's just kind of, Fridays for me are not the best. So I definitely scale down on Fridays. For evals, okay, so for evals, I have a whole video. If you go to, I'm going to show you right here. First of all, everyone should be in my Discord because I have a ton of free content in there, but I'm going to show you for evals, right? What we're going to do on eval, I'm going to just pull this up real quick. Let me just change my screen share. I'm going to show you guys real quick. All right. Can you guys see this? Or is it kind of funky? Okay, here it is. This is literally what I do. This is my exact risk plan. Okay? I'm going to get. So on eval, we're going to be running, as you can see here, 1 to 3 minis depending on the setup. Okay. So on an A+ setup, I'm risking 30 to 40% of my drawdown. I'm super aggressive. And the reason I'm super aggressive is because I do not want to be spending more time on this eval than I should be. The goal is to pass these accounts in 1, 2, or 3 trades. I don't want to be spending a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I want to be done with it. So if I have a $2,000 drawdown, I'm probably risking $800 on this trade. I'm either failing or passing in 2 to 3 trades. I have no fear on the eval. No fear. Okay. Now, you guys are saying, why? Why? I just told you why. I do not want to be on eval longer than I should be. I am an advanced trader. I've been doing this for 9 years. I want to get back to trading funded. Okay. So I want to pass the evals quickly and efficiently. And I know that if I find a good trade setup, that I can pass these accounts. For example, on Thursday, I traded Asia and I had 20 Apex accounts fired up from the 90% off deal and passed 10 accounts. 10 of them failed, 10 of them passed. That's basically how I get it done. We're just eval farming, basically, it's called. So we have more and more accounts. When did I pass my first funded? Oh man, a while, years ago. I don't really remember. No, I didn't long 10 and 10 and short the other 10. I actually took 2 separate trades completely. You could do that though, but I didn't do that. So anyway, guys, this is the plan right here. On funded, like I mentioned, okay, on funded, like I mentioned, we are going to build a buffer using micros. So for 1 micro, every $500 of drawdown. So we add 1 micro for every $500 of drawdown. Okay. So if we have $1,000 of available drawdown or profit buffer, we're going to be trading 2 micros. That's how I do it on Funded. And the reason being is when we're trading 10, 15, 20 accounts at a time, you don't need more money than 2 to 3 micros or 5 micros. That is a lot of money. You guys understand when you take 10 trades on 10 different accounts to make $200, is that not enough money? 200 times 10? It's plenty of money for the day. So that is why, and you will find the best traders all use this exact model for prop firms. Okay. Once we're at a 5K buffer, we could trade 1 mini or 10 micros. That's how I work it. Consistency in Funded, no fear in eval, bada bing, bada boom. Okay. That is how I treat it. That's the way that you guys should treat it. But if you're new, I recommend treating your first eval account a lot differently. I would probably say trade it a little bit more conservatively. Get the hang of it. Okay. Get the hang of how it works, placing trades, this, that, and the third, and kind of go from there. All right. So want to talk about some good setups from Friday's price action. I was definitely heavily leaning bullish that day. And if you guys were in the YouTube live, you know that I was looking for higher. But I just got chopped up this entire AM session, man. I took 2 losses in the morning. One was a very small loss. The second was a full stop. We lost $350 on my Funded accounts times 5. And I was done trading for the day. Now, my bias was correct. The market wanted to go higher. It wanted to go towards London. Okay? But it wanted to do it in the PM session. The AM session was completely dead. It was chalked. We'll just call it chalked for the youngins in here. So, I'll show you guys kind of what I was looking for and what, in hindsight was probably the better, cleaner setups. So we took a long right here. My idea was we had a 1 minute inverted fair value gap. Okay. Price came down. Let me delete this. We came down into this BPR down here, had a nice inversion. We had an SMT at the lows between ES and NQ. So I'm getting a nice reversal signal here. I'm then targeting, first TP for me was going to be this wick high here. And then eventually London high at midnight all the way up into there. So we get this really nice V-shaped recovery out of this SMT. Okay. On the 1 minute. If we look at the higher time frames too, it's really couldn't get a gauge on what this price really wanted to do. The only thing that I was looking at was this 15-minute gap that was holding. So we have a 15-minute bullish gap that is still holding price up. And I'm looking to take a trade out of a 15-minute gap. If you guys know how I trade, I'm looking to trade higher time frame PD arrays, look for reversals, SMTs, etc. So here's the SMT. Here's the 15-minute gap. It's a good setup, right? I'm looking at it. It looks solid. Market rips higher. Okay. 1 minute inverted fair value gap here. We'll mark it out in time. Oops. I don't know why I did that. Inversion. Now, delete all this price here. This right here is exactly what I was looking for. Okay, we have a nice reversal out of here. We sweep this liquidity, another V shape, nice displacement. We pull back into the inversion, and then I get this really nice, if you look at the 30-second, we get a really nice pop out of here. I'm looking at this 30-second pop. Okay, we're also inside of this BPR. So I can't even really be too mad about the way I traded this, honestly. I mean, the market just was not ready to go higher until PM. So we get inside of this BPR here, slash inversion. I get this nice bounce, and I'm already in. We took an execution here. Okay. Stop losses was, let me see what that stop loss was. I think I ran a wider stop on this right around here. Yeah, that was my stop, actually. And the TP was going to be up here at that first swing high. So looking back on the trade, honestly, it looks really clean for higher. The trade ends up going 23 points in profit, and then it just immediately reverses, and we get stopped out right there. So that was trade number 1. Doesn't work out. Okay. So we take that L. That was a small L though. I didn't take a full stop on this. I believe I cut it as soon as I saw, I think I cut it like right around here. It was a smaller L. Once we kind of bounced and then we were starting to reject this. Now we inverted these gaps here. I cut it right here. It was a very small. I think I lost 80 bucks on the trade on the first setup. So it was whatever. It was minor. Now the next setup, we come down into this BPR here. Now this setup, this was a missed opportunity setup. Again, at this point, after I'm coming off an L, I'm looking for something that's really like A+, you know, has all the elements I'm looking for because I want to set myself up for that next trade to be a winner. Now, looking back on this, let me jump on the 1 minute here because you're going to see a 30-second inversion. I'm going to show you guys what the 1 minute looked like here. No, sorry. It was a 2 minute inverted fair value gap here. This is the one that we were looking at on the live stream. Missed this one here. So this 2 minute inversion was clean. We came back into that old BPR on the 1 minute, that inverted fair value gap / BPR, tap down into it. Okay. We get a really nice 2 minute inverted fair value gap, and then price just completely takes off from here. Didn't take this trade, but this was probably one of the better setups of that AM session. I'd probably say this actually was the best trade of that AM session. I believe it takes, yeah, look how wonky this price was, though. It didn't take the swing high until I believe into New York PM. Yeah, finally right there. It starts displacing up. So yeah, we just got chopped up in the AM, man. That's the moral of the story. We got chopped up in this range here. I wanted to see higher, and then that PM session was an absolute missile to the upside. That's exactly what I was looking for in AM, but I was already done trading for the day then after the loss. So all right, let me answer some questions. Is there a maximum amount of money that you can withdraw from one account? There is maximum amount of money that you can draw from each firm. Every firm's different. I don't know which one you're asking me about. Every firm allows you to trade micro and minis, bro. So just for your educational purpose, MNQ is a micro contract. Okay. That means micro NASDAQ, MNQ. And then you're going to have NQ, which is going to be your full mini contracts. So I recommend new people, you all start trading and start on MNQ to get the ropes. Can you go over ES on 1 minute time frame? There was a unicorn setup after it swept London lows, right? I don't know. I didn't trade ES. I don't really trade ES too much. I trade ES probably 5% of the time. Shorts were in play. There was also a 15-minute fair value gap traded into. There was no shorts in play for the AM session whatsoever. There was only a short in play up here at this point, but I was already not trading at that hour. Somebody said unicorn setup after sweeping London low. Let me see if we... On ES, London low down here. This is at 5 in the morning, so I wouldn't even been looking at this price action. Were you looking at London low at this time? Because we had the SMT down here is what I was looking at. New York out of this gap. I believe this is a 4-hour gap down here. Yeah, 4-hour gap. See, this is what I was looking for, guys. I called this out too. I knew that this was going to end up being an internal to external play. Internal. I made a great video on YouTube about this, guys. You guys should all go watch how to trade internal to external liquidity. Just so you know, an internal liquidity point is going to be a fair value gap. So this is internal 4-hour gap. Can you see how big it is here? Price comes down into that internal, and then what does it seek? Guys, what does it seek? I know a lot of you guys are in here. You guys are getting better. What are we seeking now? Internal 2. external, 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 internal to external. So we're going from internal PD array to external liquidity, which is these relative equal highs and eventually this buy side liquidity up here. You can see the same thing happening on NQ, guys. When you look at the higher time frame pictures, it's going to make a lot more sense. Okay, look at this. NQ is delivering from a 4-hour gap, internal to external liquidity. Okay, that's how the market moves. This external liquidity up here, just so you guys know, is London highs. That's what we were attacking and going after. If you look at the 4-hour, we go from internal to London high external. So this is why I love trading my models out of gaps. I just didn't get the opportunity in the AM session to do it. We got chopped up. I mean, that's part of trading. It is what it is. I know that this was an internal to external move, but the trade came later in the afternoon and we missed it. So what did you use for entry then? The same idea, man. The entry was exactly the same idea. We used the 15-minute fair value gap that got tapped into, the SMT at the lows that happened. You know, it's basically the same thing. It's delivering out of a 4-hour gap, but look what happened. If you look here, AM was basically used for a consolidation pattern. Look at this. This is my session. My session is right here. Let's go right here. Basically accumulated during the session and then distributed during PM. See? So I basically got chopped. Use the SMT down here. Like I mentioned, into that 15-minute gap. Looking for a long. This long just doesn't procure. It comes back down into the BPR, then eventually starts chopping. It was just chop, 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 and then distribute during PM. So you can see right here, 12:15 is when it really started distributing. And then we had more distribution right around 250, 150 macro area. More distribution. Just didn't get enough here for me. Same idea, just no follow through, basically. A BPR is a balanced price range. I'll do a quick summary on that. A BPR is a balanced price range for anybody that's wondering. It's just two overlapping fair value gaps. So you can see there's a fair value gap on this bearish leg, on this sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. And then right next to it, we have a buy side inefficiency, sell side imbalance. So you have a fair value gap here overlapping with that fair value gap. That creates a BPR. If you drag it out in time, you can see it's used as a support level pretty effectively. It's a very strong support and or resistance level when you have it. So the market came down into BPR, rejected, went higher. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to put some air on in my room. I'm sweating, bro. Where would you entered in the PM session? That's a good question. We'll take a look at that. Hold on. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Saturday educational live stream. If you guys are enjoying this type of content, make sure you follow me on my main page. It's PJ Trades. This is my second page where we go live on, but PJ Trades is my main. It should be tagged in the bio on this account. We go live 4 to 5 times during the week in my premium group. I also do free live streams for the community as well. So join our Discord, though. It's completely free. So as you guys can see here, man, we came into that BPR. Okay, we tapped out of it. Now, someone asked me a question. Where would you enter in the PM session? I like that question. So let's get into it a little bit. Let's take a look here where we would probably get involved in the PM session. So I believe there was a 15-minute gap. Yes, so there's a 15-minute gap here that I mentioned in the Discord. I said, guys, if you're looking to take in a continuation longs here, this 15-minute gap is going to be of interest. I would look to take longs out of this area here. So here's what happens here. So there's that 15-minute gap, okay, right here. Now, if we drop down into that 1-minute time frame, we could try to find a setup. Let's see here. We get a nice V shape out of that area. Really nothing on the 1 minute. There's not really much on the 2-minute. There's not even an inverted fair value gap on the 3-minute. Interesting. Let me let price play out here. See if I can find an entry for the PM session. Not really anything I'm seeing right away. Yeah, not really much for my model in this area here. 2-minute, not even a 2-minute inverted fair value gap anywhere here. Not much, to be honest with you. Let me see 30 seconds. Okay, 30-second would have had the setup. This would have been, we would have taken, let me get this out of here. So on the 30-second time frame, we would have had a refined entry. On the 1-minute, there was nothing. There was nothing else on the lower time frames. But on the 30-second, there's this inverted fair value gap here. That would have been the only way I would have probably traded that. Probably would have got in at right here. So here's the inversion. Here's the 1-minute bullish gap it leaves behind. Okay. Here's the retest of that bullish gap. Entry would have been here. Stop loss below the inversion. And TPs would have been up at this first wick high here. That would have been the cleanest trade for PM for me. On the 30-second, though. You would have missed it anywhere else because you don't have it anywhere else. You have it right here on the 1-minute, but there's no inversion to the left. You do get the pullback into the 1-minute gap. So you would have to refine your entry to find that inversion on the 30-second here, which actually works pretty well with the 1-minute because you do get the bullish gap to trade out of. So 30-second and 1-minute here is going to be where your refined entry is on that PM session. Other than that, the 5-minute time frame, there's really nothing. The 50-minute time frame, you could have just blind long the 50-minute gap, which I don't recommend doing. Let's look at the higher time frame real quick. There's a 15-minute inverted fair value gap here. Let's see if this provides an entry. There's actually a BPR here. Let's mark the BPR. So now we have a 15-minute inverted fair value gap slash BPR. You could probably take a trade out of this. Yeah, you can. Here it is right here. Here's your second opportunity out of the day. So let me piece this together. On the 15-minute, we get an inversion, okay, on this next candle. So if we just go one more bar, you see how we get that inversion? And then we get a retest of the inversion of the BPR. Let's just mark this out real quick. Okay, you see how this rips through, but now this is the retest? On this retest, chat, this is where you're getting in. So your retest right here is where you're getting in. Okay. Let's see if I can find something now for a possible inverted fair value gap out of here. Yeah, so right here is where you're getting in. Let me see the 2-minute real quick. Again, it's a 30-second time frame trade here. You're going to have to be on the 30-second to get the best trade. 30-second bullish gap. You're looking for an inversion of that one. Now you're in the trade. You can wait for the pullback, but I don't think it happens. So the RR on this trade is going to be a little wider because of it. And then you're targeting here. I'd probably be targeting 1 standard deviation. 1 standard deviation is going to be up here, but the RR is not fitting the bill here. 1 to 2 is going to be right up here. Yeah, it's going to have to be a wider stop. But this is going to be that second opportunity of PM. There's the retest. Yeah, this trade doesn't even end up working out. Too late in the session. So yeah, that's okay. There it is. Oh, yeah, out of the 15-minute there. Yeah, so on this trade setup here, I probably would have then waited for. Let me see this 2-minute. I think there's a 2-minute unicorn here. There actually is a breaker. Yeah, this would have been better actually, right here. Let me run the standard deviation tool, see what we get. One standard deviation would be here. Yeah, that actually would be better. The issue with this is this rips so fast past the breaker, there's no retest. You'd have to front run the breaker and then run it up into here, which is 1 to 2. You guys aware that you could replay market? Yeah, this is back testing, guys. You guys think I'm trading at 11:30 on a Saturday morning? we're doing back testing to see what the best setup would have been for the PM session yesterday. What do you use the back test? I'm just using TradingView, guys. It's part of the, I pay for the premium package and I get all the different benefits, all that. Yeah, there's dudes here saying you're scamming because the market's not open right now. Oh my god. Dude, you gotta wonder how some people get through life. You really do gotta wonder. You gotta wonder, bro. There's no way people... See, these are the people that the market that are actually trading too, which scares me. These are people that are actually trading. Like, they're actually putting live funds in the market. That's crazy. Guys, if you think the market's open on a Saturday at 11:40 in the futures market, please go read a book. They're the liquidity sweeps. They are literally our liquidity, chat. Okay, anyway, so the PM session had a nice continuation model. I like the 15-minute gap was probably the cleanest trade out of there after it retested here, came back up. For me, this down here is the best setup down here in that I showed you guys that 30-second time frame. Need to add text that this is market replay. I don't think I need to add anything. I think people really, if they don't understand that this is not the live market, it's probably not the right place for them to be. I think they're maybe a little bit above their pay grade. Don't you establish as well a length of time to stay in the market? Yeah, sometimes I'll have a time stop on a trade. For example, if a trade's not working out by, you know, a certain amount of time, it depends where I'm at in the cycle, depends where the macro hour is. If the trade's not working out and it's just chopping around, I'll kill it. So yeah, that's a good question. London had a couple great setups yesterday morning. Honestly, the overnight session was actually better. There were some really clean setups on the London. Let's see. So, let's see here. Here's London. See what London had. Let's take a look at this stuff right here. This looks interesting to me. Yeah, quick little 1 minute inverted here off this sweep. What did this sweep though? Did this sweep into a gap? Okay, so that's a London high. Are we sweeping into a 15-minute gap anywhere up here? Oh, we are. Yeah, this was really clean, guys. Look at this. Look at this model. So let's break this one down. London has had some really good setups. So here's London. Here's Asia low, okay, in blue. So that's going to be a draw on liquidity. But if you guys also notice here, this area here, you see all this? This is going to be low resistance liquidity built up here. So look how fast the market draws to it. All right. So we come up, we're in like this. Basically, what we have here is an AMD model: accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Actually, a very clean AMD model coming into Asia, coming into London. Sorry. So what you get here is the accumulation phase, then the manipulation. I was saying to myself, does this come into a higher time frame gap? It does. There's a 5-minute gap here. So it comes up into that 5-minute gap. And if we delete this really quickly, we can see that the market holds that gap. Slash BPR, right, chat? Are you guys paying attention? What is this? What is this big? Look at that. Look how these two gaps overlap. Can you guys see it? So we have overlapping gaps here. Okay, so we have a big BPR here too. So we got to use that and keep that in the back of our minds that we have a bearish BPR now. Okay. So bearish BPR, hop in on that 1-minute time frame, come up, we sweep liquidity, right? Here's your change in the state, right here. That's your CISD, right here. Okay, there's your inverted fair value gap sitting inside this BPR. Let me delete the BPR now because we know it's there. Okay. Look at this. Look how clean this is. Right here, guys. Inverted fair value gap. Change in the state. Retest of the inversion. We're short here. Stops in this case are going to be right above this high. Okay. And my TPs are going to be down at all this junk down here. This is all free liquidity. Free liquidity built up. Okay. If you want to run your stops above the swing high, totally appropriate. Totally appropriate. You can run a tighter stop here or run it above the swing high. Okay. And then, boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Straight towards that low resistance liquidity built up down here. That was really clean. That's a really clean London session. Sometimes I wish I was awake at 3 in the morning. That's one of those setups that you smile when you see because it's so clean. Out of a 5-minute BPR, V-shape, change in the state, inverted fair value gap model, retest the inversion, enter all this freebie liquidity down here. Look how fast it delivers, guys. This is why I love about low resistance liquidity trades. Look how fast that delivers. That's 4 bars in 4 minutes. Those are my favorite trades. We haven't got one of these. Maybe we did get one of these. I gotta go back to the Discord and see which ones we caught. We got some clean ones though in the last couple weeks. We had a 175 point unicorn long. We had a 130 point unicorn. Oh, well, these are unicorns though. I'm talking about inverted fair value gaps. We haven't had one like this. Like these that deliver so quickly. Let me see here. Do we have any other? Okay, we had a 100 point inverted. We have a 90 point inverted. We had 60 point inverted. We've had some, but I don't remember taking a trade in the last couple of weeks that delivered this quickly. 4 minutes. How many points was this? Oh, it wasn't even that many points. It was like 60 points. With my luck, it would have went straight up. Hey man, I want to say something to you. There is no luck. I mean, yes, there is luck, but when you're identifying these patterns, there's a edge. We don't use the word luck. So when there is an edge in the market, that's when we execute trades. When there's no edge, we don't execute trades. So this right here presents an edge over the market makers. So this is going to be the best opportunity for us to make money. And then it's just about managing your risk, your take profit, and managing the trade. Yes, there will be times that you do get lucky. It's called beginner's luck in the market. That happens, but that'll quickly be extinguished. The market will put out that flame very quickly because over the course of time, luck will only get you so far. You then need an edge and a model to trade off of. What ICT playlist do you recommend? The 2022 mentorship, man. Honestly, what I recommend is going to my TikTok channel, my YouTube shorts, and my YouTube videos and watching everything. I have basically taken 3 of the best models and I basically sped up the learning process. So instead of watching 50 videos, 2 hours each, and a bunch of blabbering, I've basically done that in 2 to 3 minute segments. So I would recommend you do that, because for people that want to learn quickly, that's going to be better. Also, if you want to join our premium channel, that's obviously going to be the fastest way to learn. We have education, course, live trading. Watching me do this live is completely different than you watching me back test. You're going to learn a lot watching me do it live. So just understand that. I mean, you really want to watch somebody do this in real time. And there's a bunch of people in the stream right now that are part of that premium community. You guys can ask questions about them and have them answer questions if you need be. But if you really want to take your trading to the next level, that's what I recommend doing. When will you take a partial here? So I would probably take a partial. Well, first of all, at this swing low here, my stops are going to go break even here at that swing low. I'd probably run a partial at about, I would say 30 points here. And then leave a runner down to the liquidity draw. Premium's not worth it. All right, man. Are you even part of it? That's a breaker, not a change in the state of delivery. Oh, God. Let me ask you a question, my boy. Can you have a change in the state of delivery on an inverted fair value gap model? Do you think that change in state of delivery is only defined to a breaker? I'm going to mod you right now. Done. ICT's 3-hour videos is better. I'm literally not saying do not watch ICT. I'm saying if you want to shorten the learning curve a lot faster, you would do what I'm telling you to do. So whoever just said that this is not a breaker, whatever about the change, I want you to answer a question. Do you think that a change in a state of delivery is only used on a breaker? Yes or no? Whoever asked that question. Because just so you know, a change in a state of delivery is not only attached to a breaker model. We use change in a state of delivery for a lot of different reasons. So I want to make sure you understand the difference. Where can I learn about minis and micros? It's very simple, Kevin. A mini is going to be $20 per point on the NASDAQ. A micro is going to be $2 per point on the NASDAQ. A mini is going to be NQ. A micro is going to be MNQ. There's your lesson. It's really not that complicated, but if you want to go on YouTube, just type in minis versus micros futures. I recommend people trade micros, though, that are new. How do I know to place the change in the state of delivery there? Because that is the change in the state of delivery. That's the swing low before the leg up that took liquidity. So this low needs to be pierced to the downside, which it is here. That's the change in the state. The market retraces, and then we deliver lower. So this right here is the swing low. Okay? So we're looking for this swing low to get pierced to the downside, which it does right here. King, I couldn't agree with you more, bro. Like, I literally come on here free of charge with 9 years plus experience. I trade for a living. and people have something to say, man. I don't know how I don't know how what else I can do for a community that's just so full of toxicity. I don't know. I try to be, a beacon of light in a very dark area of the world, which I think is the trading business. That's why I talk about God a lot in my trading. I talk about how he's changed my life and transformed my businesses. And I come on here for free on a Saturday morning. I want people to get better. The stuff that I'm doing right now, just so you guys know, somebody is charging $5,000 for this. Okay, so just understand that I'm just doing this because I love teaching people. I love helping people. I want people to actually learn how to trade. I think we're in an industry right now where there's not enough of this. So here I am. I can't join the Discord. It's asking me to join WAP. Yeah, you got to join the Discord through WAP. Join the free WAP. So the free WAP will get you into the free Discord. CJ, I appreciate that, man. You're doing God's work, bro. Oh, thank you, man. I really feel like I'm in the space for a reason. Just so you guys know, I want to give you a little backstory of myself. I've been trading 9 years. ICT trading for about 4.5, 5 years coming up here. Completely behind the screens, guys. Like, dude, I live a good life. I don't really need to do any of this stuff. I felt like I was called to do this, to speak to people about trading and God. And as you can see, there's a movement and a shift in the industry. Justin Weirland is about to launch a Christian trading community. So like, there's a lot of stuff that is happening right now. And I feel like I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to empower people to get better at trading, to learn more about God, Jesus Christ. And that's what I'm doing, man. That's why I'm here. So I want you guys to be in a protected, safe space to ask questions, to learn, and just continue to grow, man. So, yeah, just trying to bring value, bro. I've learned a lot from your videos, man. Game changing. I really appreciate that, man. Can you bring me in to ask a couple questions on the live? I don't know. Do we want to do live Q&A today? I guess it was kind of cool last time we did it. Joe, I appreciate that, man. Do you do live every Saturday? I basically go live, yeah, every Saturday, man. Try to teach as much as I can on a Saturday morning. So you guys understand, man, being a trader, me teaching, I get better at trading. You guys get better as well. So like, I am mastering my skill set by doing this. So this is like actually what I call my mental practice in a way. I'm constantly moving my brain. I'm locked into the chart still. So for Monday morning, I have a feeling for it still. You know what I mean? Like on Sunday, I won't do anything trading related. This is how I run my business. On Saturdays, I get back to the charts. I teach with people in my Discord. I come on here. I go through my journal. I see what I did right for the week, what I did wrong for the week. Sunday, complete reset. I don't even look at charts. I don't think about charts. So that's kind of how I structure my business. How old are you, man? I'm 35. I've been doing this since, 25, bro. Pretty crazy. So you basically trade the forever model. That's Justin's model. Yeah, I don't know exactly what his model is. I haven't really watched how he trades it. I think he trades inverted fair value gaps as well. I mean, I know a lot of us trade inverted fair value gaps. It's ICT trading. So just remember, guys, just to understand something. That is ICT. That's not Justin. That's not PJ. ICT is the one that created these models and concepts. We have then taken them and basically perfected them to what works for us. And everyone has a little tweak here and there. But you got to give credit to the creator. That's the dude. Is there a difference between a change in a state of delivery and a break of structure? No, it's very similar, bro. Don't get too confused. How do I join your Discord? Guys, the link's in the bio. The free Discord. Just go to the link tree, go to our free Discord. Go through WAP. You got to go through WAP to get into the free Discord. But it's free, so. Can I bring you in to ask a couple questions? Can you just ask the questions here? I don't really feel like doing like Q&A today. Maybe in a little bit. I don't know. What's your question first off? Because some people like the questions. I had some really bad questions last time. Some people didn't even know what we were doing here, and I was like, "Well, dude, what are we talking about?" Hey, I appreciate that, Sam. Sam Smith, thank you. I've asked a question to get lost in the comments. What's your question, bro? Are your charts set on micros or minis? I'm currently looking at NQ1, which is a mini contract, which is the continuous contract. Okay, if you're looking at NQM 2025, that's going to be the current contract. You guys, when you're trading on Tradovate, you're going to be trading on this contract, NQM. But I look at the continuous contract to chart on because it gives me more historical price data. That is not a change in the state of delivery. What is it then, brother? Finding your page has changed my trading journey for the better. I am premium member. Oh, man. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much for being a part of the community. I have a question about mastering psychology. A new trader that has blown accounts when close to payout. So, Terrence, it sounds to me like you're trying to get to a payout quickly instead of slowly and efficiently. And when you get closer to payout, you start getting the bright light syndrome. And either you overtrade or you over leverage. But at that point, Terrence, you should have a very strict daily loss limit. Like you literally should put on Tradovate that you're only allowed to lose $250 or $200 on that day. You never should blow an account when you're that close to payout. Tradovate has a built-in option for that too. So does Top Step. So you guys should always be utilizing that. Yo, what's the best vid on your page if I already have taken payout to ICT? Every single video, bro. Just because you've taken a couple payouts because you trade ICT does not mean that you're done learning. I've been doing this 9 years and I learn more and more and more every single day. So every video is important. Can you teach us how to use Tradovate? I made a video for that in the premium section, bro. I got tons of premium education that you guys can check out. I have a lot of time. I don't have that much time, but like the time that's used on stuff that's important, that's going to get my premium members get that stuff. How much should I risk per trade on a 50K Express account? I'd probably risk anywhere from like $250. CJ, awesome, buddy. Is ICT still worth learning even if you have learned from others? Yeah, dude. I absolutely. I mean, that's what I trade. That's what I trade. All right. Do we want to bring somebody on? How do I bring somebody on here again? I forget. I could bring somebody on with a Q&A real quick. I was the one who asked the questions about the inverted fair value gap model of which fair value gap to go up. I don't know if you remember. Yeah, I remember you, bro. Hey, can we get this kid who just said teach, not talk my brains out? Can we get him out? Let's just ban him. All right, so how do we get somebody in here? I don't know how to get. I don't know where to go. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, let's bring this guy on.
Hey,
hello.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, Noah, thank you so much, man. Thank you for being a part of the community, bro. Saturday, all markets are closed.
Hey, can you hear me or no?
Can somebody tell him, please? Hello, hello. I don't hear this
Hello,
guy.
can you hear me?
Yo.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you now. Sorry, it was my headset.
No, all good, all good. Yeah, so I was the one asking about the unicorn earlier.
Oh,
in the,
it's you again.
yeah. Somebody, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to ES, but I was wondering if it's like a valid unicorn setup. I know you looked, but I don't think you saw it.
Yeah, where is it?
It's at like 10:30 around
Oh,
that.
I'm way back. Hold on. It's around 10:30.
Because it swept London like lows there.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were talking about with London lows though, because London lows were not down here. Remember you asked that question and there's no London lows down here? London's over here. So I think you're talking about this area out of this 4-hour gap here. Something over
here? Yeah. Like you're on the 1 minute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be there, yeah.
All right, so there's no London lows here. So what are we talking about? Are you talking about this sweep? This is 10:30.
Yeah.
So you get it. I believe we get an SMT here, right?
Oh no, well, you're on NQ, right?
No, I'm on ES. This is ES right here.
Oh, was that not London low? I had my London low there.
No, yeah, London's not even. This is pre-market lows down here. It's like 6 a.m. Look, London low is all the way over here.
Oh, okay. Well, then I got that mixed up, I guess. But
yeah, I think you're looking at maybe if we're looking at this area here, which I'm assuming, right? You're looking at this area.
Yeah, I am.
So it's a 4-hour gap that we're trading out of. Let me just shut this off. Which is what I was basically looking for on NQ was a 4-hour reversal, internal, external move. And then now you're saying one of this area here is a breaker? I see what you're looking at. Looking at this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a breaker. And you could have entered like basically right here or on this little retest here.
Yeah, because it retested the fair value gap too, right? So that's like, I thought it was a unicorn because it swept London low, but I guess my London low was wrong. But
it technically is a unicorn. But it didn't actually tap the gap, at least on my screen. It looks very, I mean, maybe it did. Let's see. Did it tap it?
I guess it's like
it's yeah, it's literally a tick. Literally a tick there. But here's the issue with this. This you never actually got the breaker into this candle. So this candle closes here, so you're not entering here. I wouldn't be in this trade just yet. Because the change in the state of delivery comes on this candle. You see what I'm saying? So this would have been the entry. So when this closed, confirming the change in the state, this comes back here. That would have been the only opportunity to get into that trade because it doesn't come down and fill that gap again.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, it's definitely a breaker, and then you're targeting. What are these highs I have up here? I don't know what this yellow. Oh shit! Where is it? This might be like a 1-hour gap or something in here. I don't know what I have marked. Yeah, it's a 1-hour fair value gap sitting right here.
I don't know why my London low I marked out. It's at 657. Like I have an indicator that highlights the sessions, and that's where the low is. So I don't know.
It's really weird because London is only London's from 2 in the morning to 5 in the morning. This would be called New York this is New York AM, New York pre-market AM.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're marking this low, I guess. The indicator's marking. Yeah. If you want my my session times, you can just copy this. Everybody right now, you can just copy this. I really don't care. This is what you're supposed to have marked. This is what comes stock from this using this tool here.
All right, I'll screenshot it.
So you got Asia, you got London 2 to 5, you got New York AM 8:30 to 12:10. Now this is custom. I changed this. New York AM for me is 8:30 to 12:10. The last macro that I'm gonna run is gonna be the 12:10 one, the end of the 11:50 macro, and then 12 to 1, and then 1:30 to 3.
Okay. And then I just had one more question on your like for value gap model, or like inverse for value gap model.
Yeah, you want me to go back to it? Or?
Well, yeah, you can if you want. I just had a question on it, but
okay.
Like, are you always looking for that like manipulation? Like how do you know when not to like? When do you know that it's not gonna happen? Like the manipulation, like.
So this leg right here.
Yeah.
So what exactly is your question? You're saying when? I guess
like,
ask your question again.
So like, are you always looking for the manipulation leg? Like I swear I've seen like your videos and you've taken the model where there's no manipulation leg and it just sweeps, and then you're looking for that inversion.
I have taken that before. There's different ways to trade the inverted fair value gap model. This right here is going to be a manipulation liquidity sweep inverted fair value gap model. This is like the higher probability ones. Then there's going to be setups where, let's say for an example, this trade, let me delete this. I think I have examples on my Discord somewhere. We've taken one of these trades where it's a continuation inverted fair value gap. Actually, there is one. Hold on. Let me pull this up. What is going on? Okay, give me a second. I'm going to pull up this one that we took. See how this is going to look a little bit different. Okay, you see this?
Mm-hmm.
You see how this is? So this yellow here is a 15-minute bearish fair value gap that we come up and touch. Okay, yeah. And then we wait down here for this 2-minute inversion to happen. So you're asking me, like, are you waiting for a manipulation? Technically, this right here is a manipulation leg. This is still delivering out of a gap. So this comes up, taps into the 15-minute gap, and then we wait for a 2-minute inversion. Our entry's right here, and our target's down at that London low. Okay. So there's going to be a couple combinations of inverted fair value gaps. You can take this, for me, is what I call it a continuation inverted fair value gap, where we're continuing down to a draw on liquidity, which is that London low. It's a little bit different in this model where we're sweeping into, actually no, this is very similar to this model here. This is very similar because this is sweeping into a 5-minute gap to the left.
Okay. And then
like also, for example, hold on, no wonder you can't even see what I'm talking about. I'm still talking on Discord. Wait, let me switch. So for example, let's say this, can you see the screen now? Let's say this is a draw on liquidity down here, right? Let's say we're looking to take this. Let's say this market comes back up into this gap here. Okay. Comes back up into this gap, rejects, and then we get a 1-minute inverted fair value gap to the downside. I'm taking that trade now to the downside too. You see what I'm saying? You could trade it. You could trade these a little bit differently.
Okay. I get it. And then I just said, like, I didn't even know, to be honest, what like the BPR meaning was until you said it. Mm-hmm. But like when you were marking that out, are you just marking like the small, like the smaller fair value gap kind of?
So there's a BPR like right here. It's just when you have two gaps overlapping each other. So you see how this is bullish and this is a bearish gap.
Yeah.
So you just take wherever they overlap, and that's the BPR.
Okay. Okay.
So you can basically find those pretty much everywhere. Like look, here is one right here. BPR right here too. So these are just balanced price ranges. Just means that there's strong areas of either resistance or support wherever they're forming. And if you can find them on higher time frames, they're really good areas to look for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just wondering like how to mark it out. I kind of knew what it was, but like.
Yeah, no, you got it. Good questions.
Yeah, that's all I had. So appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
Peace, peace. Solid questions, man. We had him on the other day too. He has some really good questions. So Good questions. I hope you guys got some value out of the answers there, because those are some good ones. How do you determine daily bias? I determine daily bias a little bit differently than most people would. I look for where the draws on liquidity are from overnight sessions. So let's say, for example, like we're looking at this Asia low down here. Okay, so I use this indicator to find out where the overnight highs and lows are resting. And right now, this Asia low is sticking out to me, right? Like I'm looking at these Asia lows to get tagged for a trade setup. So what I'm really looking for is a sweep of liquidity like we have here. And again, I'm not a big person that trades daily bias. I'm not like I know there's a lot of like, I don't know what you even call it, CRT theory stuff and all this stuff out there. I am specifically looking for where the overnight highs and lows are resting, and I'm trading into those areas. So like, because when you think about it, I'm not holding trades the entire day. My average trade time is like 7 minutes long. So why do I care what the market's going to do all day long in the PM session or something? I just want to know what it's going to do in my session. So it's daily bias to me. It doesn't mean that much. Like we're day trading. I want to find where the liquidity pool is, and I want to find how I'm going to take my trade into a liquidity pool. So let's say that Asia low is resting down here. I would be looking to take a short into Asia low because, okay, because all the other overnight highs and lows are already taken. Understand this part, right? Asia high has already been swept. It's an irrelevant high now. I'm not interested in it. Okay. London put in a high, but we're reversing off of it. So I'm not really interested in London high either yet. Okay. Until maybe the market wants to reverse and maybe take Asia low. Then I go towards London high. You understand? So right now, the open draw liquidity is what, chat? Asia. So that's how I trade. I wait for liquidity pools to get swept. I see where open liquidity pools are. I wait for reversals. Then I trade into the next. I trade in the opposite direction. Change the state of delivery, inverted fair value gap towards the opposite draw on liquidity. So you don't need to sit here and be stuck to a daily bias. Personally, if you're stuck to a daily bias, I think it's going to hurt you in the long run. Shouldn't trade like that, honestly, unless you're swing trading. If you're a swing trader, daily bias might be a little bit better for you. But if you're day trading, you don't need it. How the heck do I find the who's trying to multicast? Here it is. All right, we got some people here. Let me bring this guy in. Okay, I don't know what happened. Maybe he disconnected. Guys, listen. If you guys are new here, just want to let you know this is my second account. I go live on this account for educational purposes. My main account is PJ Trades. The link is in the bio on this account. Follow my main account. Follow the Discord. The Discord is free. There's over 223 people in here right now. There's no reason for you guys not to join the free Discord. I mean, we have so much free stuff in there. It's ridiculous. Just to give you a little example. I mean, number one is all the free beginner information, indicator information, all the prop firm guidance. Okay. The books, we have a massive library in here of all free trading books, PDFs. I'm talking books that cost $50, all in there for free. YouTube videos. We have a bunch of people talking about health and wellness, trading book discussions. This is all free. All right. So if you really want to grow within a community and learn more from other people that are doing what you want to do, there's no reason not to be in that community, to join that free section and see what it's all about. Okay, so any questions so far about this inverted fair value gap here? Yeah, I mean, like, guys, look, I want to show you guys something cool because I don't think you guys understand. Like, we have a whole library of free books, and don't even waste money on the books, chat. Don't even waste the money. I got them for you for free. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this. This is all some of the best trading books, man. The Mental Game of Trading. Mark Douglas, Disciplined Trader. Candlestick Course. The Wayne A. Corp Technical Analysis, great book. Order Execution, Sniper Trading Workbook, Day Trading with Short-Term Price Patterns, How I Made $1 Million Last Year, literally Think and Grow Rich, Trading in the Zone, one of my favorite books of all time, if not my #1 trading book. The Millionaire Mindset, The Richest Man in Babylon. Like, go into my free Discord and you guys have access to this stuff. It's completely free. Yeah, if you want to trade with me live, if you want to go through the educational course that I made and all the other educational videos, that's premium membership, guys. Obviously, there has to be a charge for that. It's a lot of my time, and that's like an everyday thing for us. But trust me, you're going to gain a ton of value out of it. I don't really need to sell it at all. It sells for itself. We're probably the fastest growing channel in the trading community right now. My free Discord, it just go right into the links in my bio, man. Just go to the bio. You'll get right in. It's a free community. You just got to go through WAP. You got to go through WAP, sign up through WAP. WAP will give you access then to my Discord. London open at 3 a.m., not 2 a.m. Am I wrong? It's 2 a.m. 2 a.m. is when... It's the same concept with New York. Technically, New York opens at 9:03, but the algorithm starts working for the AM session at 8:30. For London, London opens at 3, but the algorithm starts working at 2. So that's why we have the session indicators saying that it's 2 to 5. I don't trade fractals, bro. No trading's open on the weekends, guys. This is back testing. If you guys don't understand that the markets are not open on the weekends, you're probably a little bit new to trading, which is fine, but you got a lot to learn. This is back testing software. We're looking at the market. We're back testing the ideas, going through them, seeing how they worked, how they perform. That's what back testing is. This is not an actual market. I'm sorry, where do you find them, the PDFs? Go to trading books, right down at the bottom of the left side of the Discord. You're going to see personal development, and you're going to see the trading book section. That's where you're going to get in there. That's where all the free books are. I'm in the WAP. Where's your Discord? You just gotta get in. It links you right in. You gotta have Discord set up, bro. Very, very simple process. Once you're in WAP, just click on the free Discord and then download Discord on your phone, your laptop, whatever. You're good to go. Does ICT apply on all time frames, or is it mainly lower ones? No, all time frames, bro. All time frames. The higher the time frame, the stronger the idea. So like, let's say for example, let's just say that we're on the 1 hour. Actually, no, 4 hour time frame. Because I was talking to you guys about this earlier about how we were delivering from internal to external liquidity here. So let me show you something. Here's an ICT concept, right? Fair value gaps. And here's the market respecting a 4 hour fair value gap right here. As you can see, the market taps into it and now delivering towards the external highs. So here it is on a 4 hour time frame. Fair value gap being respected. Here's the same concept here. This is a new day opening gap we have here. So this is the gap from Tuesday's price action to Wednesday's price action at the open. Okay. This is when the market reopens. There's a massive gap here. This is new day opening gap. This is an ICT concept. We're into the gap. We're delivering from new day opening gap to higher. Same thing over here. Here's a 4 hour inverted fair value gap. The market flips it, delivers higher. Here's the same concept again, 4 hour time frame. Here's a massive 4 hour gap that we're trading inside of. Market comes back down into that gap, about 90% fills it, and then retraces for higher. Let's see here. There's tons of examples. Actually, there's a monthly example. I'll show you guys a monthly example. Look at the accuracy on this on the monthly. Ready? Here's a monthly fair value gap. This is a monthly fair value gap. So every candle you see here is 1 month of time. This market comes down in. Don't tell me this is random. Comes back into this monthly fair value gap that has not been filled since Wednesday, November 1st. You guys can't even see the wick, but here it is right here. It wicks into it and reverses. It needed to get filled because it was unbalanced in the marketplace. Okay, we call this an unmitigated fair value gap. This is an unmitigated monthly fair value gap, which makes it a very, very strong area of support if the market wants to hold it. If we flip that gap, we would probably be in big trouble with our 401ks and stuff. So we come into that gap and we flip for higher. So this is now a mitigated fair value gap. We balanced this area here and we're retracing possibly to all-time highs. So you use mitigated fair value gaps. This is unmitigated, now it's mitigated. So we're using this area as a support level now. Now it's filled and we're not really worried about it anymore. Understand? So right here, just knowing this principle, knowing that these fair value gaps and understanding this right here with this concept would have gave you guidance out of that gap. Okay, so when someone says, does ICT work on higher time frames? 100%, man. It's actually better on higher time frames. What is that candle? This is a monthly candle, bro. This is a huge reversal we're having here in April. So if you guys don't understand what this candle looks like right now, this is a massive reversal candle happening. This is going to end up closing, in my opinion, in 4 more days, a bullish hammer candle, which is extremely bullish leading into May. What's my entry model, bro? I already went over that a couple times here, man. You're about an hour, 15 minutes late. But mostly inverted fair value gaps, breaker blocks, unicorns. Continuation, inverted fair value gaps too. I like those a lot. Why do I have to give access to a bunch of things to join the Discord? Is there another way? Give access? You don't have to give any access, brother. You gotta sign a couple agreements, I think, saying that you're not gonna like abuse people in the Discord and like harass people. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Well, listen, man, I'll tell you one thing. 4,200 other people figured out how to get into the Discord. I think you can figure it out, my boy. Have you read Trading in the Zone? 100%, man. One of my favorite books of all time. I'll show you the book I'm reading right now, though. Hold on. Let me go grab my books. I got a whole thing over here. All right, so books I recommend and books I'm reading right now. These are recommended books. I already read these books. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Fantastic book right here. Literally, this is going to, in so many ways, open your mind to just the way that highly effective people are doing things day to day and really conquering their goals in proven steps. It's just building very, very effective habits. I talk about this all the time. Fantastic book. If you have bad habits in trading, you will find out very quickly. So, must read book right here. Best Loser Wins. I talk about this all the time. Fantastic book. You got to be a really good loser in trading. Market Wizards. Some of the best reading that I've had from real life, multi-billionaire, millionaire traders, real personal interviews. Some crazy stories in here. I saw people churned 20 grand into 100 million. Like, this is such a great book to read. Market Wizards. And then I'm currently reading this book right here. This is kind of like a standard, like a book I recommend for everybody. The Total Money Makeover. If you have debt, if you're paying off loans, if you're buying houses, if you're just trying to build wealth, it's like a must read, honestly, for everybody. So this is what I'm currently reading right now. Bro did not read those books. All right, let's get this guy out. Let's ban him. Didn't read these books, bro. That's all I do is read books. ChatGPT. All right, let's get this guy out. ChatGPT. Bro, I'm looking at a chart, dude. Guys, I want to tell you guys something. If you really want to get better at things in life, if you want to improve your conversational skills, if you want to improve, impressing women, men, whatever it may be, read books, man. You're going to learn so much from books. You guys go and you try to play video games and stuff. Instead of doing that, dedicate 30 minutes to reading a book every day. Just read 10, 15 pages, stop, next day, keep doing it and doing it. You're just going to fuel your mind with new things and education. But if we live in a culture right now that is just so, it's in your face about things that are just worthless to your value. I'm talking about, you know, cars, money, clothes, girls, sex, drug, like all that stuff, irrelevant. Wipe it out of your life. Consume yourself with education and books and God, and you will be so much better off, man. Nobody's going to tell you this stuff because people are scared to be cool. I'm telling you this, man. Step away from the crowd. Be a lone wolf. And I'm telling you right now, you'll set yourself up for success. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to call it here. We've been on for 1 hour and 20. That's way longer than I expected to be here today. As always, guys, if you guys want to continue your education, join that free Discord, get on in there, hang out, go get those PDFs downloaded. I've got a free beginners area, an indicators area, prop firm guidance, all that stuff. Yeah, you know, hopefully one day we'll see you guys in that premium section if you want to trade live with me. So have a great Saturday, man. Go do something good for yourself. Go to the gym, eat healthy, spend the time in the Word, read some books. I'll see you guys in the next stream, man. Love y'all. Peace.